Hey yo everyone, I am Ignium, and this is the next episode in the Microtopia playthrough, so let's get to it. Well, you might be wondering, where is the base? You see, the other day I was recording some episodes of Microtopia, and then I recorded 12 episodes. I noticed that while I was doing it, most of the things I wasn't able to keep changing the factory because of the way I set up everything at the beginning. The thing is, it's basically because of how the autistic brain works. Change is a considerable problem. So the way I did things is that during those whole 12 episodes that I was doing, I checked later, and while I was editing, and it was pretty much 12 episodes of nothing happening. Like, literally, most of the time I was just stuck on a problem or on an issue and not figuring out how to solve it easily. The thing is, I'm gonna explain better as we go. We are rushing the metal as fast as possible because I need it for the incubators. I learned some things in those 12 episodes, and the thing is, the only moment in which the game wasn't just a slog, because mind you, it would be some of these episodes are around 15 minutes or so. The thing is that most of the time during those 12 episodes, for example, 3 or 4 of those episodes were just pretty much empty. It was just me thinking how to do things, but not being able to do a single fucking thing. Which, mind you, that would be a bore to watch. I got bored looking at that during the editing process, let alone in just watching it. So sure, I despise having to lose progress. I really do. I fucking hate it. I also thought about doing just erasing everything on the base, and just keeping the progress of the research and shit. But I even tried to start recording that, but the main problem is that the first part of that recording was just me pretty much just standing still, rebuilding things, and it would be pretty much 2 or 3 episodes of me just rebuilding the base. That also was a bore. So it is when I decided to... Buddy, get in line. It's when I decided to, I think if the recording only looked good, and the point where I was having progress, and by progress I mean just literally just doing basic things, it was the moment where I decided to erase the entirety of the desert factory. But then at the same time, I mostly did that because I was lacking a bunch of things. Okay, I think we're fine here. Let me just put all of you, go there, store the things, get out. Okay, now I can get some of these guys to get the storage, to get the energy. Let's just do this here. No need to do... maybe. It's a work in progress, but mostly a rushed one. Because the thing that I'm trying to do right now is just getting as fast as possible to the iron floor. And as we get there, things are going to become easier. Because as you see this whole thing, we're going to align it this way. And we're going to create a big floor tile up there. And we're going to separate to the right and the left some of the buildings. I think it's the best way to organize things. And the way I'm going to approach when we get to the other islands is going to be just getting the drones and just flying then to the other island, grabbing materials, bringing it back. We'll only start to, for example, if I decide to place some factories, workshops, or whatever on the other islands, it's only going to be when I have things working on the side, and it's going to be a replacement for things that are going to be not being built in here and going to be moved to the newer islands. God damn it, I spoke too fast, my throat is hurting. So, the way is, let me see, yeah, we need to get some starting amount of energy. We're gonna get one guy out, and he's gonna start feeding the thing. I think we can get one guy out as well and start this process in here. It's basically, as I said, we're rushing to get to the iron floors. Let's see, we're going to create a simple loop, just so that we have, let's place around these guys in, just so that we have an easy location to spawn more, like to have a central place, which we're going to change. Oh yeah, there was an update, several updates that I missed that made some of the things easier to do. Didn't solve most of the issues, but made a good deal of things easier. If I recall correctly, we can do it like this. We can just, from a single point, we can spawn like a bunch of counter gates. It's something that I noticed after a while. Let's place 3 dudes in there. Oh, no. Now that I think about it, it's more important to have, we're gonna place it in order of importance towards the most important things. First, one towards the upper parts in there, and one towards the down parts in here, one towards the energy down here, and we can get the next one towards the mining, and then after it we're gonna place like some workshops and some things. It's a shame that it doesn't matter the way they entered, does it? No, it doesn't. Those guys are going to go in there, those guys are going to go in there. We're gonna have, let's switch a little bit here so that it's easier to see. We're gonna have at least 2 guys in here. We're gonna have at least 2 guys in here as well, for the time being. And down to the energy plat, we can get around 4 dudes. Should be enough. We are going to remove some of these guys from here. And I'm gonna keep him here. And we're also gonna increase this to 3. Because the immortal guys, there is no need for them to be doing like menial tasks. It's important to have them on areas such as this. I'm gonna get a 3 in here as well. It doesn't count because he's not in the trail. Yep, as soon as it touches the trail, it starts to counter. So with this, we're gonna have some production. Let's place 4 guys in there as well. It would be possibly a good idea to make this a little bit smaller. Although not as much, because this guy lost the thing, dumbass. Whenever we move the guys connected to those things, they just lose the thing for some reason. Now we're gonna expand in here to have I'm gonna use a divider for now. We're eventually gonna improve the way these things work in the future. Hopefully they're able to get those things in there. Let me just get a forge thing in here. Does it get some of these? Yeah, let's do like this. There we go. we're gonna do something like this. And up to here. It's gonna be a more extensive one. But it's not going to be that... It looks like it's going to be problematic, but trust me, it's not going to. There is a reason to the craziness. Like this, and then here, and we reconnect back. The reason why we're doing this, even though it seems crazy, is that since in the beginning we can't have that many things out, and I discovered that if you destroy these things, these plants, they spawn back. Eventually they just spawn back. Even the flowers we can destroy it and they will spawn back. So the way we'll do it, although I placed possibly way too much, but we're gonna get, for example, this one, and we're gonna place another dispenser here. So in case we need to wait that one. In case... No. Let's connect to the other one. In that way, we are going to kind of simulate having a more central area for those. And sure, it is... It looks like ass, but it's all in with the intention of speeding up things. Like in any of these, they're gonna keep like developing there, like deploying there, delivering. That's the word I'm looking for. 3 of those in here is fine, innit? It's taking longer to produce, maybe. Oh, maybe because we didn't get to the max point in there. And we'll also need more dude stores there, because that is a more intensive thing. It's gonna have to produce, like they have to walk a lot before they can deploy things, so the more we can get stores there, the better. And for now, as we get to the max population, that's why they're not deploying anymore, because the ants, the larvae are waiting for the older ones to die. Now we're going to rush towards smelting things, which we are going to create like then in a very shitty manner, because it's just to get into the I forget I can rotate with the mouse button, just to get into the iron floor thingy. There's no need to pause. 3 should be enough. 4 would be ideal, but 3 should be enough. So we're gonna get a simple divider thingy in here. It's gonna look like as, like I said, but it is taking into consideration I need to move that tongue in there. Taking into consideration as I said, need to get to iron floor as fast as possible. Everything else is secondary. There we go. Let me just readjust this one. That's a good one. It's gonna look like it has to go towards there, but will do. And we can... No, that's not what I want to do. We can just like shorten up this one, which was something that I wasn't doing as much on the previous part. I wouldn't say exactly previous playthrough, because it's still the same. I'm not gonna change playlists or anything. So now we get there could be one more in there, at least one more. Most of the time she's going to stand still, but it should work. Okay, we're deploying things in here. It's not producing fast enough, because we need more guys in here. Yeah, we can have more dudes in there. Let's place 5. Should be enough, since we are getting like most of these stockpiles in there. And I've yet to find a better... What the heck, you're on the floor, buddy? Grab the guy. Who left the... Oh, possibly one of the ants that died. The other thing that we need to do is get as fast as possible to the Elder Trail as well. So those ones produce the iron blocks. These ones are going to produce screws, which we need to create the combiner that makes regular workers. And after we do the regular workers, we just are going to convert them to... What is the name of this, guys? What is the name of the guys that create the research points and shit? Completely forgot. So we have a good deal of guys walking around, as again we're going to use 3 tongues in here. I got my alarm for the end of the episode, but I'm going to keep going. Mostly because I want to at least in this first beginning have all of the basic things going. Okay. Then we need let's not forget we need dispenser. I don't recall which one. I think it's the plates that require more dudes doing the tongues, but it's not that much of an issue. But these guys are going to collect the... It's a better reason, a better way to connect them in there, because they enter and already grab the things in there. And the same applies to this area here. Because they enter and they pass first through the tongue in there. So we're just gonna have some of these guys doing those things. God damn it, dude's standing there doing fuck all. And the last one is going to be the iron plates, which it's not exactly easy. It requires a different setup in order to function, but we are going to just get a functional thing going first. Gonna go there and loop around, and here's the same fucking thing. We get the divider here and there. We get some storage going on here, and as I said, there's no reason to... No, let me just properly place it in here so that it's easier to get in there through this entrance. And we'll need possibly more smelters in there. We'll place it in here, the dispenser. We can connect with the counter gates. And it should be fine. It's funny how you can get... just place 2 in there. And... I think we should have just 2 in here as well. What is the... Yeah, things are going fine in here. I'm gonna move this closer, but eventually as this one dies, we're gonna go... No, we're grabbing from that one. The thing is that as this dies, there is not that many close by. You can just move there, I guess. So, plates. We are gonna have the iron plates being done in here. And if I recall, it requires 4 to create a single iron plate. Forgot that we needed that much. But yeah, for a first episode of a restart in the base, this is good enough, I guess. We are already at 58 population. As I said, I'm trying to rush this as much as possible so that we get the iron floors. And as soon as we get the iron floors, we're gonna start like... It is going to make things easier because as we create the factories, it is going to be a more permanent setting. We won't need to change them as much. And for example, we won't need to deploy some of the factories on the new islands. We're going to try and concentrate as much as possible in here. But yeah, I understand how it might be ass having to restart in shit, and especially if you've been like mostly wanting to see what comes next. But it was needed for in a way sake of my mental health, because it would be a pain, yes. It was a pain, yes, in there, because, and mind you, it's something that I did also when I did the infection-free zone playthrough. After I understood a little bit, I had to restart it because there was so many mistakes that I had done that it would be easier for me to restart, and as I restarted it, things were like way nicer. But yeah, we just need to get everything done in here and just get to the iron floors. And that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I see you next time.